Hello, my name is Michael Morris, and I'm going to talk to you today about house school. Taking flight. What does this mean? To me, it means the beginning of a journey, the start to a course, the first of many events to come. To be honest, the theme taking flight didn't take me as a surprise, because everyone doing the talk today is taking flight right now, and their destination is the future that they chose to aim for, which is probably what their talk was about. I like to believe that everyone takes flight every day, whether that be washing up the dishes to get them clean or a huge project that will decide their future. I think everyone should think like this. You get the job done, and in the end, you get your reward for it. Think of it as a holiday. You take flight after working tirelessly to afford it, and your destination is paradise. This is how you should think every day. Always look at the positives, and it will help you get through the negatives. To begin your journey, we need to start with where it all begins, obviously, school, or preschool if you want to be smart about it. But school is a place that you are sent to go and learn stuff that you can use for the future, right? It sounds so simple. You get up at 7, you get your uniform on, get something to eat and drink, do your hair, you know, and get your equipment ready. Simple daily routine. When you arrive at school, you do some lessons, break, more lessons, lunch, and even more lessons before you finally get to go home. It seems so simple, but it's really not. There are many, many, many barriers and obstacles that stop your child from reaching their full potential every day. Let's start with work. Think of it as the wings of our plane. One of the main things needed to make your child a real star. Work differs to the level that your child can do. You know, they can always ask teachers for help, and they'll always give challenges to extend their learning. This is primary school stuff, though. In secondary school, however, everyone is expected to do the work that has been set. While they can ask for help, they'll have no help during their exams, so teachers will always help your child and give them challenges to extend their learning. In secondary school, though, everyone is expected to do the work set. While they may ask for help, when they do their exams, they're required to learn whatever the school sets them. Whatever is in their GCSE paper, they have to learn it, otherwise they fail. How do you feel knowing that you have to put your full trust in the teachers because you don't know algebra or language analysis? How do you feel knowing that your child may fail because they don't understand one bit at school? This leads me on to my second point, or the body of our plane, the support. Recent studies show that out of 800 parents, nearly a quarter of them feel more pressure near an exam than the students themselves. Further studies show that half of them seek advice as they don't understand the work that their child has been set. They hire private tutors, after-school revision, or one-to-one tuition. A third of parents also offer money as a reward to boost their child's confidence and make them want to succeed more. How is your child meant to take flight if they haven't got enough support? How do you feel knowing that you have to put your full trust in the teachers because you don't know algebra or language analysis? The third and final part is the engine. At school, your child has friends that always support each other and mess around together. There are also people that are bullies that want to knock down your child's confidence. I could tell you most of this from personal experience. I don't understand school anymore. It's become survival of the fittest, a popularity contest. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how good you look, or how much the teachers like you. If you're not liked by the popular people or the bullies, you're in for a rough ride. This isn't how school should be. Why should your child be put down by someone who treats school as a punishment, not a privilege? People are reminded constantly that they are a geek, or a nerd, or that they're fat, or that they're ugly, or that they have a different skin colour, or that they have a different religion, or that they just have different lives. They are discriminated against because they are different. Actually, they're not different because no one is normal. You are not normal, so how could you say someone's weird? Every day, an incident like this happens. Someone calls someone else a name. Whether it offends them or not, I do not know, but if they get called names every day, they start to believe it. It stays on their mind. If you think that your child has been bullied at school, ask them. Tell them to talk to a teacher. Tell them to hang around with their friends. Tell them not to listen to the bullies. how's your child going to feel if they get bullied every day at school and they think that they're never going to make it through school? So, this is what taking flight means to me. We need all the components to make our plane fly. After that, we just need to study hard and want to achieve. While you can have a plane just sitting there, if you don't want to do anything with it, you're not going anywhere. There's a saying by Will Rogers, and it goes like this. Even if you're on the right track, if you sit there, you're going to get run over by the train. This means that even if you have everything you need the courage and the strength to do it, to push on, to achieve everything you can. So, to everyone out there, are you going to sit down on the track, or are you going to be ahead of everyone else on the train? Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Oh.
So that was good. How'd you feel?
Oh, it was pretty exciting, actually.
I said to Michael out there, I walked past him, I went, Michael, you know you're my hero, right? And he went, yeah. So listen, you standing up here and talking about this, because how old are you?
13.
And we talked about, because of your size, that people mistake you for a younger boy sometimes.
An 8-year-old.
An 8-year-old. But when you hear him talk, if you close your eyes, he could be a 20-year-old, couldn't he? The articulation, how you form your words. And it's not just that, it's your thinking, how you've processed this and thought about it. And I'm especially interested in the stuff you say about bullying. So what's your experience of that, and what do you see being the kind of main causes of that?
Well, there's just people at school that they don't want to be there, and they just feel the need to bring others down with them. And it's a bit like, you know, everyone's read Harry Potter. It's like Harry, he's always bullied, and it's like, it kind of reminds me of myself, how in the end you just like harden to it, and it's like, well, if you don't want to enjoy school, why should you bring me down with you?
Yeah, yeah. And actually, a lot of the time, like in Harry Potter, people who experience that, it's almost like resilience training, isn't it? It almost kind of makes you feel, well, I'm going to go on beyond that. So what are you're already a speech giver. You're already literally lined up to change the world. So what do you want to go on and do? How do you see your role in, 'cause I love your metaphor of the aeroplane. So how do you see your role of kind of taking flight beyond school, and what happens after that?
Well, the idea is that if you study hard and you don't listen to anyone that wants to pull you down, you will succeed, and you can one day go and change the world on your own. You can, if someone's already changed it, you can even add to it and make it even better. Yeah. So if I change the world one day, I want people to join me and make it even better.
I just want to, what a guy. What a guy. Give me 5, man. If this, you know what gives us hope, it's like Michael said early on, is that this is our future. This is what the world looks like. And there's a sign in a toilet that I'm in a school, and there's a sign in the toilet. It says, please leave these toilets as you find them. And I always want to write underneath, please leave these toilets better than you find them. And I think, when I look at you, Michael, I think this is us leaving the planet better than when we got here, having young people like this. So really, ramp it up for this boy. What a guy. Michael Morris. You rock.